New York City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans. At the controls, Opie, the father.
Oh, this is perfect. This is how it should be.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
Hey, hi.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
It's me! I work here!
Glad I got that one out.
Are we on live now? Is it happening? This is it?
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
I like where this is going. I'm seeing a lot of options here.
This is like different than any other radio.
No telling what we're going to hear in here today. Tits, ass, tons of cuss words.
It's just not like radio. It's like hanging out.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
This is why. This is American freedom of speech.
It's good on every level.
Insane.
Every second is funny,
Wildly funny.
and philosophically spotless.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yes.
So no one won the Mega Millions. I see they're doing stories about that on the news right off the bat, huh?
That seems to be one of the big stories of the day.
Are most of the states involved with the Mega Millions?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, I guess, right?
So it's going to go up to 550 million.
550.
I think that's the fourth largest ever.
Oh.
I believe.
Yes.
I believe I can fly.
I forgot to play. So I'm kind of glad. I'm glad no one won because I forgot to play.
You played the Mega Millions.
Well, when it gets up pretty high, I like the action. You know, It's kind of fun. Get in there. You know, dare to dream.
Try to get a little taste.
Little taste.
A little taste of the Mega Millions. Share it with a few other numbskulls.
Get in there.
Oh, that's it. What's wrong? What's the problem with these
that's
states
it?
that they don't fucking deal with the Mega Millions?
Well, Nevada's got their own fucking...
Yeah, Nevada doesn't need no Mega Millions, that's for sure.
They
Who
don't
else?
need that.
Who else you got on that list there?
Wyoming?
Utah.
If I knew my states, I'd be able to tell you. I just see like shaded in white boxes.
Yeah, Utah.
All right,
I think
Utah. That's a religious thing.
Wyoming, right?
The
Yeah, it's
Mormons,
Wyoming.
right?
And then Alabama
Alabama.
and
Missouri.
And Missouri.
Missouri.
Alabama, Wyoming, Nevada, and Utah.
And Alaska and Hawaii.
Well, they're not really part of the
Poor
United
bastards.
States. It's cute and all that they...
I'm kind of digging those Smithsonian Alaska shows.
Really?
Just a bunch of weird fucks up there, man.
That's cool.
And I know the Alaska people, they usually chime in when I say stuff like this, and they're like, you don't know, I live in Fairbanks, and it's just as good a city as
It's just like New York.
I'm not talking about that. And first of all, it isn't. Secondly, I wasn't even talking about that. I'm talking about these people that go up to just get away from everything.
Right.
And that does seem to be the place to do it. They're hunting moose. They live in shacks.
That sounds like a great life.
You know what? If you want to get away from everybody, just quit your bitching and go. That seems to be the place.
Right.
And they build these sod meat fucking like bunkers. The guy has to pick up sod from miles away and bring it in a boat. And there's things that want to kill him.
That
There's just
sounds-
mosquitoes everywhere.
That sounds kind of cool.
It looks like if you were living in the lower 48 in
Right.
the 1800s.
Yeah, but I mean, life in general is kind of mundane for all of us.
Yeah, this is like...
If you have to
gotta-
do regular chores and you could be
or
killed,
you're dead.
that's kind of
Yes.
cool.
Everything they do is to live.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You could shoot a moose on the way to work.
Just fucking shoot a moose. There was this woman. She lives alone. She's like this kind of dykey woman.
Right.
And she shoots a moose. And then she's out there skinning it. Well, you know, and she's just talking as she's skinning the moose in the field.
Skinning a moose.
She goes, I like to take the heart with me, too. The heart's kind of tasty.
Oh, my God. Can I see that clip?
She's great.
How do you skin a moose?
With a sharp fucking knife and
where do you
a set of
start?
balls.
Where do you start?
Well, she looked like she starts right around the ankles.
I would
They
start with the
slid
asshole.
around there.
When you start with the asshole and just
And
kind
then
of
they-
pull
you
it
just
apart.
pull
and
it apart like that?
Stretch it over the...
With my women, I like starting that way. As we...
Oh, my
I did
God.
Jimmy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was...
How do you learn how to skin a moose?
I guess she just learned from...
And it's no big deal to her, right?
No. She takes the meat. She's like... And she's talking about how, you know, I like putting it in a game bag to cool it down, to keep the flies off of it, because they'll lay their eggs on there right away. They'll lay eggs on it.
And do they make bacon out of the moose?
Well, I'm
Like
sure
they
they
do
make
with
everything.
the beaver tails.
They make a little bit of everything.
How to Skin a Moose on YouTube. Of course, it's up there.
Yeah, everything is.
I just saw Into the Wild last night, part of it, and they were talking about if you don't take the liver out fast enough, the flies start dropping larvae on it, and then the meat is worthless.
It's amazing how quickly you got to fucking scoop that shit up from the bugs.
Oh my God. Wait, maybe you can make some soup out of it.
It's a little fly
Soup out of
larvae
the,
soup.
Yeah, the insides.
I don't know. That's pretty fucking gross, man. But yeah, it's a cool show. I forgot what it's called. It's called the Arctic Circle or something like that.
Is it Life Below Zero?
It might be Life Below Zero.
Life Below
Deep
Zero.
in Alaska. It looks like the graphic.
That sounds cool, man.
And they're just they're right inside the Arctic Circle.
Right.
We'll hunt actively until
They're doing everything. They got to hunt to live and
between 40 and 50 below.
And then
it's an emergency.
In the middle of nowhere.
There's a family that like looks for mastodon bones.
Bullets.
Oh, that's her, I think.
From the end of September
Yep, that's her.
until the middle of June, it's just me and the elements.
They get 3 months of good weather.
We don't
That's
have
it?
roads.
3 months of weather they can do anything in, and the rest of it is you had better have spent those 3 months stocking up on
Preparing.
shit for the other 9 months.
All right, now it's a nightmare. So you
It's
spend 9 months. So
yeah.
wait, no, you spend 3 months getting ready to live for the
To
9
hunker
horrible
down
months.
for 9 fucking
And you know
months.
those 3 months are still shitty weather for me and
yeah,
you.
It's crap. And then they showed guys getting stuff like out in the like bogs and shit like that, and it's just they're covered in mosquitoes.
Do they explain why they live there?
I think a lot of them are they
It's
have
just where their
psychological
family-
problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they have to be alone. They're like hermits.
But I think a lot of us live where we live because of our damn family.
Yeah,
Well, it
these
wasn't
people,
for
it's nothing to
families.
do with their families.
We'd all pick a much cooler place to live, right?
I think these people wanted to get as far away from their family as possible.
This is exactly like fucking the Siberia. People live in Siberia. do this
Yes,
shit.
yes, yes.
Same awful life.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
3 months of fun.
It doesn't sound like it's fun, though.
Fun,
You got to
fun,
spend those
fun.
3 months getting everything together for the 9 horrible months.
9 months of 9 months of fighting death and 3 months of preparing
Right.
to fight death for
Right.
9 months.
That's pretty much what they do.
But their lives are probably a bit more exciting than ours.
Yeah, there was this, I don't know, there seemed to be this mundane kind of existence, one day going into the next. And
Is this the trailer? Keep going with this thing.
That's that crazy woman, yeah.
Until the middle of June, it's just me and the elements.
Middle of June. Oh, my God.
We
There
don't
is a
have roads.
place.
In Alaska, most of the rivers are the highways. Non-preparedness is death up here.
A lot of time, a lot of energy just to do some simple tasks here.
Chopping wood, a lot of wood chopping going on.
I lost my mother, my brother, and his girlfriend through the ice. I'm real cautious of where I step.
Jesus.
I'm in their country, they're not in mine. I'm not the top of the food chain here.
I took a couple shots, and then the bear looked at me, and then I was like, oh my God.
They're all armed to the
I
teeth.
came to Alaska when I was 18 years old. Some people take a job in a factory. I rolled the f*** out.
We've got great pride. We're not just living here in a shack.
You don't have to be a hillbilly or a redneck to live in the bush.
That guy's a problem. He's got a temper.
I can see.
Yeah.
Holy, what was that?
Can't be
And
scared of death.
everywhere you
Just gotta
go
be
has to
scared
be
of
by
pain
like
it takes to
plane
get dead.
if it's any distance.
The river will take us someday. We'll die on the river.
Life Below Zero. Wow.
Pretty cool.
Nat
How cold
Geo.
does it get?
I was watching that over the weekend. What's that?
What's it like? Minus 20, minus 30 there?
Oh, it's crazy cold. Like you
Even
go
when-
out and die cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about. They range because they go from one family or one person's story to the next and stuff. But they're pretty much within a 100 to 400 miles inside the Arctic Circle. That's where they.
I gotta watch
they live.
this.
It's pretty cool.
How many people live up there? Do they give some kind of any numbers?
They probably have, but I haven't seen.
Probably a few hundred, right? It's not that many.
It's not all that many. It's very, very sparse up there. I mean, there aren't many people. You could be alone. That's
No
a place
electricity?
you go. Yeah, a lot of them don't have electricity. They run on generators like that. Some guys, they run on nothing. They
Right.
have wood for heat, and they stock up on fish and and cured meats and stuff in
Do they have
a
TV at least?
smokehouse. There's no TV.
Oh God, that would suck.
No, they just
It would be cool
exist.
to hunker down and have a nice fucking
I think
TV
you got a
program
lot
to
of
watch.
time with your own thoughts.
Oh,
and
who wants
a lot
that?
of time to reflect.
That's
Do you
a-
like to reflect? Go to Alaska.
That's always creepy when you're left with your own thoughts for more than.
Yeah.
I could do it an hour or two, but day after day,
For
oh my
fucking
God,
9
fuck
month
no.
of reflecting.
It's like living a yoga retreat. Fuck that shit.
yeah, freezing.
Kind of cool though.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool show.
There's a special called Happy People, which is the same as this, but it's about the Siberia and all they focus on these solo hunters. I watched it 2 days ago.
Oh, wow,
It's the
really?
same fucking
kind
life.
of vibe. Well, if you think Alaska is kind of part of that whole
Right.
chain of that swath of shit that's frozen up there.
I went on Vice's YouTube channel finally because everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
the documentaries. Oh my God, I was
Good
just
stuff.
one after another. Like
Yep.
I think you just described it like potato chips.
Yeah.
I just
potato
need, you
chip
just
TV.
need more and more and more and more.
Watching.
Did you see the one with the motorcycles? Korea. Tooling around
no.
Korea on the
Didn't see that
motorcycles.
one yet.
The New Zealanders, I
No,
believe.
that's weird. I thought I've seen
They look like
most of them.
they look very American until they open their mouths.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and I was thinking, wow, that takes fucking balls to jump on a motorcycle. A bunch of them, you know, they got approval and all,
Yeah.
and just rock around North Korea all the way down to South Korea eventually, and they were allowed to cross the border.
Oh,
and
they were.
everything.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a quick little 15-minute documentary on their little journey.
They're cool. I'm noticing a lot of YouTube videos they're pretty high quality now, and you can pop them up on your TV so
Oh, God,
easy.
yeah.
Like you used to have to, you were relegated to watching it on your phone or on a laptop
Right.
or something like that. Now you just pop it right up on your TV through so many things, whether it's Xbox or your
It's TV now.
DVD player. Yeah,
It's just another
Apple
TV option, basically.
Yep, it's another TV option.
Then I saw the cuddling episode in Japan. That cuddling thing is fucking weird, man.
Odd. That's Japanese.
I thought it was like
Odd.
some kind of backdoor into having sex with a stranger,
Yeah.
but they're serious about these cuddle houses where there's no sexual shit going on.
Yeah.
I thought it was an excuse, like, all right, yeah, it's a cuddle house, wink, wink.
I'm sure it's different in Japan as it would be in the United States. United States, you expect some fucking a handy or something. In Japan, they're just like, oh, that would be dishonor.
In Japan, one of the services
Hand can be used like a knife.
They'll clean your fucking ears out.
Oh, yeah?
With Q-tips.
They'll clean your ear.
Clean your rear.
Your ear? What?
But it's a whole list of things, and one of them is they will clean your ears out with Q-tips. And they showed the dude from Vice just getting his ears cleaned out.
I don't think I'd like that.
As his head is on her lap. And you're like, okay, that's going to lead to some heavy petting, isn't it? Or
Shenanigans?
something?
Ear
nothing.
play?
Oh, the smell of earwax. She's
And then,
you don't like that?
no.
And then one of the things she'll look deeply into your eyes. I'm like, all right, that's some foreplay into something. No,
Yeah,
but she'll just lay on the bed and she'll turn toward you and just look deeply into your eyes.
very subservient kind of a
So
look
bizarre.
on their
God, what
face.
robots paying for human interaction?
I know.
That's terrible.
It really is silly.
She'll pretend you're a real person. Ooh, terrible.
Unless you're coming.
Yeah, get blown.
Then they were talking about a guy who makes $800,000. There are these clubs where the women go, and the guys just pay complete attention to the women.
Yeah.
But once again, there's no sex going on. But they listen to them fucking babble, and they get their drinks for them. It's almost like you're on a date.
Yeah.
But there's no sex. And these clubs are like, they're huge in Japan. And they talked to the one guy, and he said he makes $800,000 a year doing that, where he just shows up at the club and he's there for the women.
And watch him still kill himself.
I can't stand when people use Japan as like a microcosm of our country or anything.
Hell,
When they
fucking no.
compare like, the rate of violence, the economy, whatever it is. When you say, well, in Japan, you can't. The cultures are so fucking different.
They're a bunch of weirdos. It's just what it comes down to.
It's a strange, very different culture than
and they
ours.
explained that they're not getting married. They said, I'm going to fuck up the numbers, I think. I think 40% of the women are not married, and then 60% of the guys, I believe those were the numbers. Or was
Really?
it 50% of the women? Somewhere around there. The guys, definitely 60%. 60% of all males in Japan are not married. That number is fucking huge. They're career. They're kind of career oriented.
Career oriented, is that
career
what it is?
oriented?
Career oriented.
Career oriented.
I'll go for them.
And then I moved on. I had to. You know, when they give you suggestions for the next one on Vice, it was donkey sex in Colombia.
Donkey sex in Colombia.
What? Could you find that? It's almost worth playing the whole fucking documentary. It's only 15 minutes.
What's it?
It's a tradition in the northern part of Colombia where adolescent males have sex with donkeys, and they believe it stretches out your dick and makes it bigger.
Wait.
So they
Who's
start
getting fucked here?
the most bizarre tradition, donkey sex. It's on Vice's YouTube channel. This is the one that I was like, what the fuck?
So are the guys fucking the donkey, or is the donkey fucking the guy?
Oh, no, the guys are fucking the donkeys.
Oh,
and they talk to a whole bunch
I thought it was weird.
They talk to a whole bunch of teenage boys. They start at around 11. 11, 12, they're fucking donkeys, and everyone accepts it. They go up into the hills and find a donkey.
I don't get that at all.
Just play the first part of this.
Yeah.
Vice Guide to Sex. And the women.
Hey, I'm Ryan Duffy. We're here in New York City. We actually just got back to the States. We spent some time down in Colombia, where we found out that some of the locals, they fuck donkeys.
Right. Another fucking shithole. Jesus Christ.
We're on the Caribbean here in Cartagena, Colombia.
Cartagena. It looks beautiful, actually.
The city basically looks like it was constructed from the daydreams of frustrated 9-to-5ers. You can picture some fat guy in a cubicle going, God damn, I just wish I was on a beach somewhere that was more beautiful than any beach I've ever seen, in a city with absolutely beautiful architecture and filled with gorgeous women.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's
Colombia.
Cartagena.
Don't ever fuck my donkey, Tony.
Some of our friends have been telling us that on the northern coast of Colombia, people fuck donkeys. Foolishly, we basically said, we'll believe that when we see it. So we flew down to Cartagena and figured we'd do some investigating of our own.
Oh, man. Young spring breakers, it looked like, huh?
It's a really macho culture, and they really value the chase here. I mean, Colombian men, I think the chase is incredibly important.
Oh, boy.
I'm from London. I'm a freelance journalist here, and I've been living here for 5 years. And I'm married to a Colombian. Colombian men think they're the best lovers in the world because they've never had anyone to tell them otherwise. People used to talk, and they used to say, oh, the costeños are, you know, all they do is party, they drink, and the joke was they fuck donkeys. No one actually said I'd done it. They'd always said, oh no, my friends had done it, and it's quite common that, you know, you live on a farm, you'll see people with their own special donkey, and yes, it's something that you do, so totally cultural, and it's normal. It's just a different way of seeing sex.
Yeah.
It's just a different way of looking at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Bueno, no es un mito, es una realidad. La mayoría de los hombres de la zona norte de Colombia.
She's saying it's real.
Yeah, they're talking to
most men
the
have their
locals.
first experience, sexual experience with a donkey. They prefer to experiment first with a donkey rather than a woman.
No sé qué placer encontrarán en ello,
I don't know
pero
what
bueno,
pleasure they
esa es su
find in it,
decisión,
but
¿no?
it's their decision, right? Well, this guy says when I was 14, I had my first sexual encounter with a donkey during puberty. The doctor used to recommend it. What? The donkeys help stretch your dick. Told you. It helps to develop your size.
Right.
Every week, Sundays, we went into the hills to have sex with the donkey. Oh, that sounds nice. My Spanish is getting very well. I could understand it. And
the guy, by the way, here's how that myth got started. The first guy who got caught doing it.
Yes, it makes your dick bigger.
Oh, all right.
I swear.
This is just a little bit outside of Cartagena. We're getting a tour of the land from our new friends here, and then we're going to go see about this donkey fucking thing.
Vice rules, by the way.
That's funny.
These guys go anywhere.
We're big supporters of Vice on the Opie and Anthony show. Now he's back in New York.
When we got back from Colombia, we were so freaked out, so totally confused by what we'd seen and what you're about to see, that we felt like we really had to go see a sex therapist, if only so we didn't spend the next 2 weeks of our lives crying in the fetal position.
So we're here in the offices
Look
of
at this
Dr.
thing.
Hani Maletzky. She's the author of this book, which is Understanding Bestiality and Zoophilia.
Oh.
Could you kind of break down what's bestiality, what's zoophilia, what are the differences in
It's
terms?
got to mean she's into that, right? That she's writing about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Bestiality is sex with animals. That's sort of the act.
Yeah.
And zoophilia is more about feelings, about attraction. When somebody is a zoophile,
Use code
it's sort of like
donkey.
a sexual orientation. While bestiality is sort of like using the animal as a form of masturbation. Bestiality has been going on throughout history in every culture, basically. In my book, I even mentioned an agricultural society in northern Colombia called Cagaba. And in that society, it is an ancient pre-Columbian belief. Adolescent males will not achieve competence in marriage unless they practice intercourse with donkeys.
That's hilarious.
I think that book has a big online ordering.
Colombia is very
get a hard on with a
and
donkey?
super Catholic.
How do you not?
So a lot of these
Well,
girls are
Super
not
Catholic.
having sex until they're
So the girls aren't having
married or whatever
sex, so
it
the
is.
guy's like,
All of which
fuck
is
that,
fine.
I gotta have sex
But
with
all of
somebody.
which leaves our friend over
What
here
religion are the
and
donkeys?
various other 14-year-olds with basically a 6-year-long case of blue balls.
They really got to take you into the shitty neighborhood to get some donkey fucking
Sure.
going on.
Yeah, I'm going up into the hills. I'm 14 years old. I'm 17. My first time was over near the mine, over there.
Oh, the old mine.
Tell them how old you were. When I was 11. My first time was normal. I liked it. He liked it, and he hasn't stopped since.
Hey, he's still fucking that. You keep fucking that donkey.
All these kids are already fucking donkeys. They stick in every day. Everyone who fucks donkeys, raise your hand.
Come on.
A woman is better because a woman can suck your dick in a donkey.
That's true.
As long as they don't have a woman, they can have all the donkey they want. But when they have a woman, they shouldn't. All the boys at the age are looking around for donkeys.
This is just bizarre behavior.
It's normal.
What's with the whole initiation thing anyway? Like, you're not going to find that in the States, right? You get initiated together. 13-year-old boys and girls in rec rooms groping each other, and it's awkward and terrible, but, they're of the same species.
Yeah.
So what's keeping that from happening here?
They come to a certain age, they're 12, 13, 14, and if they hadn't had a sexual experience, they hadn't had sex, then they're not a man. I mean, they just can't go around saying that they're a virgin.
So in junior high, a lot of credibility is based on, how many people you've made out with, and all that stuff. So we're trying to sort out here which one of these two little guys, both of them are 14, have fucked more donkeys.
He has. I have, this guy says. I have lots of girlfriends. Yeah, but donkeys. Yeah, donkeys. What about your girlfriend? She doesn't want to put out yet.
Put out.
I stroke the donkey until she's ready. Like this.
And now he's showing how he...
The tail goes up. I spread her pussy and I go in.
Holy shit.
Aren't you scared of getting kicked? No, I give it to her soft.
Oh, he knows how to fuck a donkey.
This kid's maybe 11 or 12. I go like this. I grab her like this and I squeeze her tight. It's warm. It's real nice and warm.
Oh,
we heard a lot of different reasoning from the folks we spoke to.
This is insanity going on down there.
It ran the gamut between really practical reasons to stuff that we found a little more far-fetched, like, it enlarges the size of the penis.
I have heard that there are other civilizations who believe that having sex with an animal,
Using the term loosely,
specifically donkey,
civilization.
that's
She's getting a little moist just talking about this.
I think she is.
She likes it.
Penises.
It seems like she might.
Like
with her
Muslim
sensible
countries,
hairdo.
fathers will encourage their sons to have sex with a donkey so that their penises will grow.
See, her
That
talking
they
about
will learn to
penises
be
growing,
better
I think that's making a little...
She likes that.
A little moist. The thing is, it's usual for them to develop better. It's a local custom we have here.
Local custom.
It's something that's done when you're just getting started. But sometimes it doesn't end there.
People get hooked on fucking that donkey.
Catch feelings.
Donkey, yeah.
Outside of Cartagena.
Notice he's getting further and further away.
Yeah.
Beautiful Caribbean city. Where, I don't know, I'd say a rough estimate, every other girl is a fucking 10. Give or take. And the ugly girls are 7s. And we're here, 35 minutes from there. And our friend here is going to fuck a donkey.
Oh my God.
How much longer on this? It's working though, I guess. We can keep going.
About 6 minutes.
So after talking to all these folks in Trabaco, hearing all their stories, pretty much thought that we'd heard and seen it all. Little did we know that our cab driver was so happy to help and eager to kind of share this part of the culture with us that we were about to see a whole lot more.
Oh. Well, that's a guy donkey.
Yeah, they're showing donkeys with giant penises.
Big donkey dick.
Yeah.
So Martine took us out to
That donkey probably fucks a lot of donkeys, though.
setting. There are all kinds of trees and a couple little lakes.
He's going to talk to Martin. You want to do Martin here?
At my age, at this point in my life, I've been with a rough estimate more than 100 donkeys. When we were kids, a good friend of mine said, Martin, come, let's go fuck a donkey. It was the first time I was going to go fuck a donkey. He said, come on, you go first. I said, wait a second, how does this go? He said, just go up to it. And I pulled it open, saw the donkey's pink pussy. Fucking shit. Lots of times you think about a girl. And sometimes you're just there thinking about the donkey you're fucking.
Ew. For people who had sex with animals and then they want to
back to this thing.
How different it is.
Is that a boy or a girl?
Travis is in there marking all this audio.
Oh, God. Of what to do, and they call it mind games.
Yeah.
That with people you have to play mind games and you have to figure out what they want.
Opie and
while
Anthony,
the animals,
donkey
it's
fucker.
right there. And then if you
coming.
try
I can hear the repurposed audio now.
that to humans, it's, humans are a lot more complicated. On top of
Than
the
a
fact
donkey?
that sometimes it feels different.
She's getting excited. She likes donkeys.
She's
There's
squirming in her
something fucking
seat.
sexy about her because she accepts all of it.
Yeah?
She's just a dirty girl.
She accepts
it. You gotta think she's dirty,
They
man.
say, after you had sex with a female dog,
Write about
you don't wanna
anything,
have
and
sex
she's
with
writing
a
about
woman
this stuff. Why?
But yes, even after my wife caught me, 3 months later, I was on my way back from a job out in the countryside and saw a donkey. A pregnant donkey. Wow. With nice, a big ass. I pulled over, got off my bike, went up to her, and took her behind the bush.
And even when
It's like the Gene Simmons of donkeys.
Oh, yeah.
This is Mars's culture, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Mars, Jesus. You talk about those big asses. Now we understand
all
why.
these different shades in the middle.
I can't imagine that you're looking at the donkey going, that's a nice big ass on the donkey. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's where the term donkey ass came from.
Yeah, huh?
Right, Mars?
Because he was talking about
I mean, if you're going to use it like some masturbatory fucking warm pieces of meat, that's one thing.
Right.
Seeing it as an attractive animal, that's a whole nother world.
Yeah. Oh.
Because the street donkeys that you find are getting fucked first by one guy, then by another. Lots of times, I too am turned on and fuck them without a condom or anything. He likes a whore donkey. This guy likes when the
sad eyes of the donkey.
Well, just in case, they're all bullshitting. This guy's taking a donkey behind a tree.
Behind the tree.
Martine is back there preparing. He's getting himself aroused and preparing to fuck the donkey.
You stay hard for that.
So he's going to give us a shout when he's ready to mount.
Oh my God.
There's nothing good. It's walking behind a tree to find a surprise. Oh no! Oh no!
Very.
Yeah, dude. Surprise you knew was coming and you didn't want to be there.
They cube it out, but it's very obvious what he's doing.
Yeah, he's fucking a donkey.
He's getting his
Oh
rocks
my
off.
God.
Oh my God.
He is fucking that donkey Donkey's just eating. He's grazing.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Now he's petting the donkey.
Yeah.
Where I thought it was going to be really funny, and now I'm so bummed. All of Colombia. We were told a variety of reasons.
He's putting his pants back on.
We were told it's a gender role thing. We were told it has to do with the predominant Catholicism in Colombia. Even an economic reason.
He's going to the river to wash his donkey dick off.
I'm not going to wrap this up in any tidy package because it doesn't exist. I watched a man fuck a donkey, and it was probably changed me for the rest of my life. What the reality probably is that there are probably people fucking animals all over the fucking place. And it's certainly not distinctly a Colombian thing.
He's washing in a
I
river.
definitely
think it's safe to say that we really have seen it all. Way too damn much, in fact. Even now, back in New York, everywhere I look, I keep seeing these Colombian donkeys.
There you go.
Wow, yeah.
So,
he was right above a Juan Valdez.
Juan Valdez and his fucking donkey, yeah.
I had to tap out after that. I saw like, I don't know how many, at least 10 of these over the weekend. Thank you, Vice. Their YouTube channel is called just Vice, right? V-I-C-E. Yeah. Okay.
That's
you can find that video and many others by them. They do a really good job just traveling the world.
They go fucking anywhere, man.
Yeah,
anywhere.
They don't fuck around, man.
Exposing the stories you want to know about.
That dude just like to fuck donkeys.
I don't think it's I know their dick ain't getting bigger. They just like fucking donkeys.
Imagine living in a world where it's accepted. You're coming home from a job and you see a donkey on the side of the road and you go,
Yeah,
well,
let me-
I'm going to get my
Sorry,
dick wet.
Gotta make a stop.
You know what's even worse than the donkey fuckers is there's probably at least one guy whose fetish is to suck the cum out of them.
Jesus, Jimmy. We're pretty far with this already. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
There's one guy who gets off doing that.
Yeah,
Wow.
cleaning up.
Yeah, he looks for sad donkeys on the side of the road and he gives them the old checkup.
Just a random.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn. Pretty fucking disgusting. I don't know. I wonder what that does.
That sure beats SpongeBob this weekend.
That's, yeah, how'd you get away for that?
I got up before my kids. I was able to watch some shit finally.
Little donkey. Boy, you really go right for it, don't you? It's like, fuck.
Well,
it's cartoons or this.
It's the famous internet loop that you get into. It starts off all nice, and by the end of it, you're like, how the fuck did I get here?
Yeah.
What did it start at? That it wound up at donkey
it started out with those Koreans on motorcycles. I mean, Koreans. Those people just jumping on motorcycles and, tooling all around North Korea. That's innocent enough, right?
Yeah, and then when you're done with that video and the other recommendations come up.
And then there were a couple more in there.
Accept this recommendation.
Donkey fucking.
But then a couple more, and then it led to sex, the Japanese cuddling thing with sexual undertones.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I was, blue balling bad there because I'm like, what the fuck? No one's having sex in Japan.
Yeah.
So then I had to go all in, I guess, and end with the donkey sex. And I knew that was it. There was nowhere else to go after that. I knew it was time to turn off Vice's YouTube channel for now.
It's important that your family realizes that there are times when you need some alone time to watch the things that you're interested in.
Thank you, Sam. Yep. There was one I wanted to watch, but I just finally tapped out. Where, I don't know, I guess there's humans somewhere in the world that they treat as pets, and you can go and see them, and you're encouraged not to feed them.
Really?
I think it's some kind of tribe that hasn't changed whatsoever, and you kind of go there and watch them, and they don't want you interacting with them at all because it'll really just fuck them up. But they allow you to get close enough to check out this tribe. Could you find that?
Strangeness going on in this world.
I want to make sure I'm describing that properly. It was on Vice's channel. It was pretty much front and center.
You're just odd.
Huh?
Just weird people in this world. Doing some strange shit.
Right.
That you can't just cover up by saying, well, it's a different culture you don't understand. You're fucking a donkey.
Yeah, there's no culture where you can go, well, you don't know better.
Yeah.
It's a fucking animal behind a shrub.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
If it's so accepted, why are you taking it behind the bush?
Right. Take it home.
Just fuck it right there in the street. Yeah.
And the animal didn't even notice. That's the weird part. Just grazing.
Just sit there eating. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's not even embarrassed.
No,
being raped, basically.
You're raping
Eating oats while you're being raped.
Who eats while they're being raped?
A donkey.
Jesus, a donkey, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that donkey was fine with it.
Didn't even care.
No.
That dude knew how to romance a donkey, though. He'd been around the
Well, you
block
saw
a few
how he
times.
took care of the donkey after it.
Oh, yeah, he's
After
cuddling with
the
his
act.
ass.
Just put his head on its big donkey ass and was petting it a little bit.
Yeah.
Saying "Como, como,
como."
Can't find that one about the tribe or the people. No, it must have been one of the suggested. Then, if you can't see it on the front page,
it's so cool. There's so many choices now. Watch shit.
There's a million of these they don't want to watch.
You're not a captive to the network television anymore.
Right.
I don't know many people that do just watch regular, like the big network television shows. They have to be like amazingly good for anyone to watch them. You know, it's just like
it's the same shit. Like a big story today is Family Guy brought back Brian, which we all knew. Not just us. We're not that brilliant. Everyone knew that they were going to bring the stupid dog back.
Yeah.
But why couldn't Seth and them, because they're supposed to be edgy and a little different, why couldn't they just spin that differently finally? You know?
What, not bring him back or something?
Yeah. Or not go down that road at all.
Right.
They go down that road and we all go, oh, okay, how are they going to bring the stupid fucking dead, dog back?
It got him
because
press.
it's been done a million fucking times.
He's looking for publicity and press for his show, so it worked.
So what, it was a little time travel thing and Stewie saved Brian, I guess?
Yeah, he goes back in time and knocks him out of the way of
just
the
in time
car that ran him over in the other episode. Yeah.
But I guess you're right. Everyone's talking about today.
Yeah.
It's on all the websites, but it goes to your point, though. We all knew that's what was going to happen. I think we're all looking for just different shit to finally watch, right?
Yeah.
Look, I was watching Donkey Sex, and you're watching that Alaskan crap.
Donkey
that was
Sex,
pretty
I was
wild.
watching that. I saw old Milton Friedman fucking economy talk show that was going on, and a film that he had about capitalism and stuff. And then Donald Rumsfeld shows up. This was like from 1979, 1980.
Right.
And Donald Rumsfeld shows up as just a business guy. They're like, oh, and Donald Rumsfeld, the president of this company and stuff. And they're discussing the free market and everything. It was it was real geeky and nerdy and stuff, but I found it pretty interesting. Free to Choose, it's called. Yeah, little Donnie Rumsfeld.
Oh, my God, look at young Donnie Rumsfeld.
Oh, yeah. And then there's these guys and, more kind of liberal or socialist-leaning guys talking economy. And Milton Friedman talking about just the free market and how it should be just, a free market.
What kind of company did he run?
I don't know. Some technical company, I guess.
Why would you watch this? Look how awful it looks.
It's so old. It's from like this 1979,
it's called
1980.
On Free to Choose.
It was on PBS. It was like an old channel.
God.
It was like an old Channel 13 show. But it's like it was a comparison of different economies from around the world and how sometimes I have to decompress with that. With just
But
I don't
it's
know,
a
it's out
comparison
there.
from 35 years ago.
That's another thing, though, that was pretty cool. In hindsight, it's amazing how accurate some of these guys were on predicting what would happen in the free
future.
market with a lot of government regulations put on and stuff. So it's, I mean, if you're into that thing, it's interesting. If not, it's going to be the most boring fucking thing you ever watched. But and then, you go from that, and then all of a sudden, bing, 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 that Seinfeld's on, and then you go from that to something else. I mean,
Donkey fucking.
We're
you
living
should
in
start and end with donkey fucking.
these are fucking wonderful times we live in, bros.
Good times, good times.
We're jolly green giants with television.
Yeah. It's great that people are uploading long stuff now, too. It's not just everything's 30 seconds long.
Yeah,
you get like 15 minutes here, half an hour, an hour and a half.
You can pop that shit right on. And what else was I watching? Oh, yeah, I was watching some shit on like on South Africa, on the Shack people, not like Shack Balloon. It was,
people like Shaq?
There's a
whole tribe of shacks?
They live in shacks.
Oh.
And the government and the African, the ANC, African National Congress?
Yep,
Is that right?
national,
Yeah. They're trying to do the same thing. Just boot these people out. Get the fuck out. We want to build nice houses that can get rent and things like that. So, for the impoverished in South Africa, nothing's really changing. It's the same. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss kind of a thing. But it is odd. Some of these people haven't identified you don't shit where you eat. Oh. Literally, don't shit where you eat. You'd think these shack communities would come together and just figure it out themselves for certain things. But they're just waiting on the government to save them. And it just ain't going to happen. And these people are like, I've lived in the shack city for 20 years. It's like 20 years. No one's coming to help you.
Looks cool.
Fucking dig a cesspool yourself.
Looks kind of cool, though.
Oh, no.
Looks like a simple life.
Corrugated tin and fucking shit.
Right.
That's what this place is.
What are the bugs like there? The roaches, the fucking flies?
It's fucking disgusting.
Probably not too bad.
And they're trying to build like a city. Like they're like, why does the money go to new soccer stadium for this thing? It's like they're trying to bring people in that are spending money in some of these places. And, giving these people money is not going to help the economy. So they're still having a horrid problem with unemployment and poverty in South Africa. Yeah. So, I watched a little of that.
All right. Well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.